star, but only strictly where I'm famous. I'm in this for the longest haul, like we'll see where it takes us. I'm throwing back these double shots like whiskey here is weightless. Cause this career I chose was even riskier than Vegas, yo.
Oh, hello, everybody. My goodness, this morning I come from Orlando and I make the flight all the way here. It's pretty great. We have a guest in the studio who is playing the show on delay, so she'll have to kind of turn that off. But anyhow, it was a rush, but I made it. I did it, and we got here. I made it in the nick of time. Spirit really does find a way to provide. But it's going to be a great show tonight. And really want to give a shout out to the venue in Orlando. Thank everybody for their support, for coming out. It was a great night. Great class. A lot of fun. I really do love the Orlando peeps. So a couple things to just kind of talk about quickly before we bring our amazing guest on the air. We have our Sunday service. This is our Sunday Spirit service. It's in Los Angeles, and you can come in person. And we have amazing mediums. They're giving messages. We have Jules Davis. We got Cheryl Murphy. It's going to be incredible. We also have a talk on organizing, feng shui. How's it impacting your attitude? What is your belief system? And it's shown through it. So it's really going to be a lot of fun. That's through Tish Morris. So it's going to be fantastic. So that's this Sunday, and it's at 10:30. And you have to RSVP. The tickets are almost sold out for it. But it is an amazing service that we love doing every second Sunday of the month. Also, the Spirit Development Circle, that's starting up in just another week or two. Last one of the whole summer. That's right. So if you're in LA and you want to kind of do a little practice and roll up your sleeves and dive into your own spirit gifts, go ahead and sign up, come out and join us. But enough about that. I got to tell you, an incredible guest this evening. I am so honored and so excited to have her here in the studio with us. She has recently just published a book that is so phenomenal. I actually really got to read through it and read a lot of it on my trip, so I can't wait to talk about it a bit more. But a couple things about our guest. She is a medium, but she is a soul gardener. And I just love that. I love that she talks about being a soul gardener. And what's incredible is the book really supports that title, which is great. And she's so nurturing. I met her, it might have even been like 4 or 5 years ago now. It's been a while. And just her incredible nurturing nature, it just puts you at ease. She makes you feel so supported, so loved. She is so phenomenal in her own right. She is a teacher, now an author, a medium. She goes around speaking. She has radio shows. She is just all over the place. So let me just give a warm welcome to our guest this evening, Austyn Wells. Well, hello, Austyn. How are you tonight?
I am very good. It's kind of fun to have applause the minute your name is said. I kind of like that. I may have to take that home with me. That was really fun.
Yay! Yes. Well, it's recorded, so at least you will have that. You can play it back over and over,
How
right?
Nice for me.
Walk through the house, play the applause,
I know.
right?
Or when you're having one of those days, you can just go, I think I need a little applause.
Yep. Unload the dishwasher, have the applause.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So you have been so busy lately, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot going on.
Yeah, I just feel so blessed because I think there's so many people that are wanting so much to do this work, and I feel incredibly fortunate to be able to do the work that we do.
Yes.
And writing the book has been helpful. It's kind of allowed there to be a stronger sense of my platform, what I believe in. I mean, you wrote a book. You understand that whole idea of putting your ideas out there.
Yes.
And your book is really wonderful, by the way. It's a great reference guide, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So we do have this book. It is Soul Conversations. And the idea behind the book is that basically that people can connect to spirit on their own. They can develop that own interaction, that own communication. But tell us more about what inspired you to write this book, and what was the motivation to saying, you know what, this does need to get out. This is the calling.
I think there's such an evolution when you are deciding to write a book. It's an amazingly empowering experience, and also moments where you want to, run under a rock and go, I don't know anything at all, and it's just, so you really are becoming in the process of writing. But I've had this idea, you mentioned Soul Gardner, because I've my own intrigue with metaphysics has led me in so many different directions: hypnotherapy, shamanism, remote viewing. And so all of those ideas I wanted to be able to kind of encapsulate and put it into a platform that people could find accessible. So I wanted to they're beautiful books written by mediums that talk about their experiences with clients. And I felt like that story had already been told. Mm-hmm. So what I wanted to do was give people a journey into themselves, a journey into the soul. And to do that, you kind of have to ask yourself some big questions, like, what is the soul? And even those explorations I found really helpful. So if I were to say that this is completely a birthing process of my own, as you were experiencing coming back from, the airport today, it's a co-creation.
Yeah.
And I think when you have the courage to open yourself up to something that your soul feels needs to be birthed, it's a transformative experience.
I think it's it's, I don't know if it's just because the book I wrote was like so technical. That could be it, that I'm still a little suffering from some PTSD. Because it was so technical, and I needed a lot of other, a lot of verification and make sure everything was right.
Yeah.
But, that idea of writing the book, and it's just like, it takes a lot of self-discipline to write a book.
It does. It does. But it's interesting what you're talking about, the technical part, because my publishers actually are scientific periodical based. So most of the people that are with New Harbinger happen to be scientists, like really credible people. So I'm completely outside their wheelhouse. You know, there's like these scientific spiritual, and then they have Austyn like floating over on her own little island. So there were so many times during the editing process where I would present something and they would come back to me and say, well, where's the proof? And I'd be like, oh crap. Well, but it was cool because what it did was it initiated a different dialogue where I needed to find, how do I substantiate the fact that we rely on what's invisible? So then we rely on invisible light. I mean, microwave and beta and red light, or the fire department uses infrared light when they're trying to find bodies in a structure because there's a different frequency the body has. So, I mean, it was a great forum, I think, for me to think about how to present it. So even the people that are like, I don't know if I believe in this crap at all, could look at it and say, oh, well, okay, and consider it.
And the other that I think is really great too is if you said something that, sometimes mediums and we'll talk in lingo that we think everybody understands, but if you don't, you won't. And so, they would be good little fact checkers just to be like, well, what does that mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean by raising your vibration? And you're like, okay, let me explain. So it does force us to kind of say, not everybody knows. And how do we expand and explore what that is?
Yeah. And as a teacher, as I do, one of the blessings of having people that you deal with is the questions that people ask force you to realize, I took that for granted. I haven't presented that. I need to kind of put that. So actually, I'm so grateful they were my publishers because they initiated a slightly different conversation.
Right.
It's not as if it's like super basic, but I had to cover basic and then add like layers to to it, so it has a little bit, hopefully, for everybody.
No, it's and it's beautiful.
Isn't the cover pretty?
Yes, the
I'm like
cover's
such a geek. I'm like, it's so pretty.
It is. It's gorgeous, and just kind of how you have it written out really draws your eye and makes doesn't make it feel overwhelming. Like you could see someone go, oh, okay, yes, this is great. So it's phenomenal. Such an accomplishment.
Well, I'm not going to have kids. So that's my baby.
There you go.
There it is.
Look, he's got, thank you, Tony.
Thank
beautiful
you, Tony.
Photo.
Yeah.
But and then now, so you've got the book, and where can everybody find the book?
The book can be found on Amazon. It can be found on Barnes & Noble. It can be found on IndieBound, which is an access for local bookstores in case you really want to support your mom and pop shops. I have it on my website as well, but and also New Harbinger, the publisher, also has it there as well. So lots of places. And the other added bonus, dun, 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 that you get with it is downloadable meditations. So each chapter ends with a meditation.
Oh, fantastic.
And it's funny because as much as I had this vision that people would go through the book one step at a time, there have absolutely been people that are like, nope, I've only listened to the meditations, or nope, haven't gotten to the meditations, only read the book. So, you have a plan and it's okay.
Yeah. Now, with this, so you have a lot of book signings set up, but you have a lot of events coming up. I mean, you are jam-packed for the next few months here.
Yes.
A couple things coming up. I know actually you're going to be in San Francisco, right?
Yes.
Okay. And that's in May, is that?
That is, the end of this month. Actually, April. Yeah. This weekend, I'm at the LA Festival of Books, the LA Times Festival of Books this weekend at USC, which should be really cool. So if you're a bibliophile and just need more pages in your home, you'll get everything. So I'm in the Gold Zone in the Go Tracy booth. Then I'm going to be in San Francisco at the New Living Expo, which is this amazing Northern California kind of equivalent of the LA Conscious Expo.
Yeah, so the New Living Expo. Yeah. Okay, great.
And that's the end of this month.
Going into May.
And then I'm teaching in San Francisco. Mediumship intensive, May 4th and 5th.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. And then you're going to do some private readings.
Yes.
So we put that up. And if you are in or near San Francisco, you do not want to miss an opportunity to get an in-person reading. That's fantastic, huh?
Yeah. Well, I find there's people that are drawn to different things.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's a great education piece, I think, for people that are interested in mediumship. A gallery reading, I think people have a lot of expectations and sometimes disappointments when you go to like a big reading and there's lots of people there because everybody assumes like, I'm going to get a reading.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes people are very private and they more enjoy that one-on-one experience.
They do. Yeah. And it just kind of helps them put any guard or reservations they have in, just it gives them a chance to relax.
Yeah.
And those are really fun. Now, we also have a couple more things coming up, right? You're everywhere. You're going to be in Salt Lake as well.
Salt Lake City, the beginning of June for the Afterlife Conference, yes, which I've been a board member for the last 5 years. And it's an extraordinary conference. It's where science meets spirituality. So the creator of it, a lady named Terry Daniel, who lost her son years ago, wanted to create a forum by which people could explore the afterlife with proof and spirit.
Oh, wow.
So if you want to go, there's neuroscientists that are talking about the latest research on what happens what happens to a person's brain when they're in the dying process, to hospice workers, to green funerals, so it's an amazingly intimate weekend because we tend to draw probably around 300 plus people to it.
Oh, wow.
So all of the speakers are accessible, which I like because I'm a very accessible person. So it's amazing.
Yeah.
I feel very honored to be part of that.
Oh, that's really great.
Yeah. So I'm co-teaching with a friend of mine who's a shaman.
Okay.
Whose name is Linda Fitch, who's amazing. And we're going to be teaching Walking Between Worlds, Trusting the Voice of Your Soul.
Oh, that sounds like
Does
fun.
that sound fun?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to be teaching another class that is exploring the landscape of your soul.
Oh, nice. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Are you taking them through any of the meditations from the book?
Yes, in both classes. Well, no, not in the book. I have this I don't know about you as far as teaching goes, but I don't like repeating myself.
Yeah.
I'm kind of picky with myself. I try very hard to
have fresh material.
Yeah.
Like a comedian.
Yes, exactly. Like a comedian. Yeah, like a comedian. Because I find that, then I know that I'm channeling, then I know I'm expanding and I'm kind of exploring. So it's good. It's just, sometimes you're like, oh, wow. But then it comes in. It's cool.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's so much. Do you have any fun, well, this is fun. We can't say it's not fun, but any personal vacations or anything, or is it all just spirit work?
Well, I have a gaggle of gals that I'm going to spend time with in Vegas for my birthday in June,
that is fun.
which I'm super excited about. I definitely interweave. I mean, as a practitioner, you have to.
Yes.
The work gets really intense. I mean, it's delicious. It's delightful. It's inspiring when you're sitting, connecting to the spirit world. It's amazing, but it gets to you.
Yeah.
And especially when you've got extraordinary circumstances that you're allowing to kind of channel through you, you have to do other things.
Yeah. No,
So,
I'm
actually
agree.
loving cooking.
Are you?
Yeah. I mean, if you would have said that to me 10 years ago, I think I would have fallen over backward. I'm so sorry. You're talking to an alien. But yeah, I became vegan about 1.5 years ago, and I love cooking now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think my husband just doesn't know who I am anymore.
He's like, who did I
Who is
marry?
this girl? Where did she come from?
Yeah, I don't cook at all.
That's
I don't-
okay.
Yes.
You know what? Maybe you'll have a spontaneous rebirth like I did.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
My rebirth was snowboarding.
Okay. Well, okay. That's pretty kick-ass, right?
So it's it's fun.
that
Like
was
you
a
said.
rebirth for you?
Well, because I had a few years off because just my physical body was really struggling, and I didn't know if I needed to give it up. But I actually, I went to someone and he said, I'm pretty sure if we just get you a different board, you'd be okay.
Wow.
And so I had a choice. I was like, either I hang it up or I invest in a new board and equipment, which is pretty pricey. And I thought, my soul was not ready to let it go. So I bought a board and bindings this year, and it changed my life.
Well,
So-
you actually you put that on social media. I think I remember at some point.
Yeah, I'm like, look at me.
No, let me just pay you back a compliment. One of the things that is so delightful about you is you have so much damn fun.
Oh, thanks.
And I like the fact that you share with people.
Thank you.
Because it's not like, hi, I'm doing this, let me do social media.
Yeah.
It's like, I am having so much fun, I want to share it with people.
Yeah,
which is what it should be.
Yeah, it's more
instead
like,
of
hey-
so driven all the time by, look at me.
Yeah,
So-
what I like to do is, again, I grew up in a family. I'm not sure about you, so maybe you'll share. But I grew up in a family. We didn't have a lot of money, so we didn't travel ever or go anywhere.
Yeah.
But we're a very, very close family. But we just didn't travel. And so there's a lot of my personal family and friends that they haven't had an opportunity to travel and see the world. So when I go, I feel like my family, I think, is representative of many families out there. And so I feel like I want to share. If I've been somewhere, I really want to share it. Because someone else may get that experience just through a photo or kind of know what it's like. And so even if they're not able to go, they may get a little bit of that experience by me sharing. So that's kind of why I love to do it, to say, hey, listen, I get it. I get that not everyone can just get on a plane and get somewhere. So if I'm going, we're all going.
Yeah. But I think it's also, I think, fun for people too.
Yeah.
I was recently in Hawaii and I got to work at the same time as I got to.
Isn't that always fun?
Oh my God. Yeah. Because Hawaii really sucks. Not a place you want to go. But no, it was so amazing. So I was trying to capture, it's so hard because the visuals in Hawaii are so amazing.
Yes.
The colors are just breathtaking.
Yes.
And you can't really bottle the smell and have it come out on Facebook. It doesn't really work that way. But I thought it was a nice, I agree with you. It's a nice thing to share those things.
Yeah.
And also the trip that you took to New Zealand and Australia
that
too.
was
You had
really
some fun things on that too.
It was really fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
now with the book, How long did it take you to write?
The longer process of the book was conceptualizing the organization of it.
Okay.
So what they call the TOC, the table of contents, that's what took the longest. Then I was given like 8 months to write it. And then at the 4-month mark, when I was halfway done, we decided that the TOC wasn't working. We reorganized it. And when I revisited what I'd written, there was no way I could keep what I'd written. So I had to write the book in 4 months.
Oh my goodness.
I went to my publishers and I said, is this normal? Like, do you normally do this? And they said, no, we never ask people to do that. And I don't think they realized it was happening. But what it did was really made me understand, because there's a chapter in there, I talk a little bit about the flexibility of time. And like, we have a weird relationship with time. We look at time as linear, two-dimensional. There's nothing in our world that's two-dimensional. So it's like, we're clearly not right there. But I had to really look at my relationship with time very personally and say, why do I always go to I don't have enough time? Because that literally creates a destiny line I am not wanting to step into.
Right.
So once I kind of found a different flexibility with dealing with time, it was easy.
Yeah. Oh, good.
So it was quick. 4 months went by fast.
You know why they didn't realize what they were doing to you is because Spirit was the one doing it to you.
Yeah.
And since they don't deal with Spirit, they had no clue.
Well, and that, and it's funny you mentioned that because it's an education with people that don't know to default to the spirit world and just trust the fact. Because it's a funny thing in our business to just sit in front of someone and say, okay, we're going to sit here for an hour and a half. I have no clue what's going to happen, but you know what? We're going to have fun. Yeah. And and it's such a great life skill to just trust the fact that it's going to be fabulous and perfect. And
that you're being guided.
Yes.
Yeah, we really are. I think a lot of people, and your mindset has a lot to do with it. I think a lot of people who think bad things happen or they always have bad luck. Well, what do you think you're going to pull in, right?
Yeah.
You're going to pull in a lot of bad luck.
Yeah.
But if that glass is half full, you are halfway there. You just keep pouring. Now, we are going to take some callers, you guys, so make sure you are paying attention. A couple things here. You know the rules. Turn off those outside noises so there's no ringing, dinging, blinging. And if we call your area code, make sure there's no Bluetooth. Just be right up there with that phone up to your ear and have your question ready. We like to do these short and quick just so we can try to get in as many as we can. So have your direct question ready and we are going to have some fun with it. Actually, let me just show you these.
Oh, you're so cute.
Little cheat sheet here. Divine Insight cards. So she's got are these on your website too, right?
Yes, they're on my website.
So Divine Insight cards, they're really cool.
Thank you.
And they're a cool shape. Oh, they're fun. Oh my goodness, they're really pretty too. Can I?
Yeah.
Let me find one that.
I created these because I wanted anybody to know that they can pick up intuitive information. So there's a part of your mind that will always try to figure out what to say. Mm-hmm. That's not the part you use when you do intuition work. When you're trusting the spirit world, you just go with a feeling, not so much a thinking. So your mind's going to want to say, well, this means, but you want to dismiss that and you just want to go with what you feel. And then if you feel into the cards. So I have holistic practitioners use those with their clients to kind of get them out of their mind and into their soul. Yeah. And they're fun.
I bet you these would be great with kids too, don't you
They're
think?
fabulous with kids.
Not that I have any, but.
That's okay.
I'm like you. I'm not planning to either. I may, if I had to either pick cooking or kids, I even may have to cook.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was going to say she's going to start cooking.
Yeah. We all love kids. Okay. So here's the card. So like I said, everybody, just make sure you have your question ready. If you just got in those last couple weeks on air, though, we just ask that you do hang up so that we get new callers in, because it's only fair to kind of spread that love, right? But a few things, Austyn. is, this has just been incredible. I think this book is so needed, and it's really going to help so many people. You do not have to be a medium to read this book. Just so you know, this is for everybody. Soul Conversations. Okay. So just make sure you know that this is going to make a great gift for someone. Even if you know someone who's kind of struggling, but they're not even sure why they're struggling or where they're going, or they're starting to kind of want to dive in or want something more. Perfect book. Perfect. So, all right. How about we take a caller on air? How about number 9440?
Make sure you know that.
All right. Here we go. 440. How are you? You have the delay on. Is your TV on, honey? Yeah, your TV or computer's on. There you go.
I'm going to turn it. I thought it's off now. Hi. How are you this evening?
I am well.
Good.
What's your name?
It's Diana.
Hi, Diana. Welcome. We have Austyn here. So what can we do for you this evening?
Okay. I've been trying to start, I've been preparing to start my own business for the last 10 years. So I have taken the leap of faith, left my full-time job. Ooh, scary. And everything seems to be falling in place. I feel, and I know in my heart, I am being guided by somebody in spirit because it's too strong. And I'd like to know who it is.
Okay. I had a feeling too.
Okay.
But first of all, make sure you have to get the book Leap of Faith. Because
You said it in the title.
yeah, that is the title of the book, How to Build Your Spiritual Business.
And I'll promo her since she promoted me. That's Colby's book, Leap of Faith, and it's wonderful.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
So you need that. For me, I definitely felt the energy of a strong male for you. This made me feel like this was a father for you. So would Dad be in spirit for you, Diane? Is that correct?
Nope.
Would you understand?
No father.
Would you understand a male for you that would be? He just makes me feel like it definitely was a male energy, and it makes me feel like he would be one guiding you or mentoring you. He would have just been someone that you respected while he was still in the living.
Huh. Oh, wow. That threw me off. Not what I expected at all.
Well, that's why you got to come in with no expectations.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Diane, and it's Diane, right? Or Diana? Diana. Good to have the A at the end. Diana, you would understand a mom in spirit for you, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I could
Yeah.
feel, and let me just say, what Colby's picking up is our parents will absolutely have massive influence on the things that we become, because the relationships that we'll step into and all of that. But your mom would never have her own business. I mean, the first impression that I get from her is like her mouth is open and she's like, "Oh my God, my daughter is so brave." I mean, it's the first thing I get from her. She's very, I love the sense of, not every woman loves to be a mom. Not every woman looks forward to that experience. And I feel that when I connect with your mom, this is somebody who truly enjoyed being a mom. And I feel that you would have known love from her. She would have communicated love. And I can also feel her mother connecting in as well. But you really are such, I know you probably have referred to yourself as a black sheep in the family. I wish you would find a different phraseology for that. Perhaps the evolutionary sheep in the family, because your sense of independence, your ability to speak your truth, which got elevated in the last job you had. I'm so glad you're out of the corporate world. I don't see anything going forward that's out of your way. And all of the things that are brilliant about Colby's book, which is the part of it that I loved, was all the business preparation. You have that in spades. You will probably get extra help with her because her whole tax section is brilliant. But I'm excited about you because this is so heartfelt, and don't be hard on yourself on the fact that it took you a little while to start this.
Yeah, and I think that this is going to be really successful, Diana. But I'm not giving up on my man because I know he's right by you. He wears a jacket. He was very respected in the living. So he would have either had his own business as well, because I know he keeps giving you strength. And I know I do feel like this would either be Dad. Well, maybe it's mom's dad, like grandfather, but I definitely get a sense around him that he is right there with you. I know, like, in fact, you're going to find a penny, Diana. I know you are, because I know he wants to encourage you, because you are sharper than you give yourself credit for. You have a lot more business savvy than, again, some of your confidence, I think, was shaken due to relationships in your life, but I just feel like you are ready to crush it now. You're at an age where you don't want to hold back anymore. Like, you're tired of it. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, you guys
it's
are
a great observation. Great observation. No, it's what Colby's picking up about not being apologetic. That's it. Because there was you went through the I'm sorry phase and the I'm going to fly under the radar. And the great thing is that got so frustrating for you that like there's no way you are going to disappear anymore. So that's an awesome observation, Colby. Yeah.
Well, there you go, Diana. I do hope that helps you, honey, and lots of love and luck.
You have no idea how much you just helped me. Thank you. Thank you so much. You were right in everything you said.
All right.
Terrific. Have a
lots
great
of
time.
love. Have a great night.
Go get them.
You ladies, love and light to you, ladies. Thank you so very much.
Go get him, Tiger.
Go get him.
I will.
All right. Bye-bye.
That was a great pickup.
Well, we know that feeling, right?
Yeah.
Don't you? Of even changing careers is scary altogether. Even if you kind of know, it's still really petrifying.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
You're like, am I gonna pay for this? Is it gonna be okay? And then people will say, well, just trust me. Well, they need to show me the profit and loss. Am I gonna be okay? All right. How about we take another caller?
Okay.
All right. How about number 13240? Hey, 240, you are on the air with Austyn and myself. Who is this?
Hi, it's Wayne.
Hi, Wayne. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay, for the most part. My question is, I was talking to you a couple weeks ago, and I was telling you about the invention that I'm doing in the movies and stuff, but it feels like there's like a black cloud, like something outside of me.
Okay.
And I'm trying to figure out, like, what it is.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just do a quick tune-in just because you just called in, I think, 2 weeks ago. So we like to kind of make sure we get new callers in. So Spirit definitely wanted you to get through, so we're going to do it, baby doll. But we'll make this one kind of quick, okay? So one thing I know with Wayne is... he's writing and he has and he does spirit work as well. So he is all,
glad about that.
And there's a lot of things really coming forward for him, but then I guess it feels like it kind of goes forward and then it stops or something. It gets kind of pulled out from under him. So what do you feel is the black cloud that he's feeling?
I just want to talk about black clouds as far as just not positive, not negative energy, Wayne, but just as the awareness that you have as a sensitive, that there's something within your soul that's shifting. Mm-hmm. By putting it in that frame, you're empowering yourself to move through it. What I feel is on the men's side of the family in your lineage, there's a little bit of judgment. That's little is kind of an understatement. There's a lot of judgment on that side and very mental pursuits. You are very unique in the way that you go forward because one, you're like an octopus, you got a hand and all sorts of things, super creative. But I think what's transforming is you giving yourself, it's a little bit of the Diana syndrome. It's like you giving yourself permission to just do it without worrying what people think.
Yeah.
Because what that cloud represents is the fact that somebody's going to have a comment or it's not going to be accepted. And I think you've got to commit 100%. Like, I understand that as an author, that's what I experienced. Like, I got, all of a sudden I had this fear, like, what if this is wrong? Like, what if nobody understands it? So just be aware of it, shift your perspective, do something that makes you fantastically joyful because your heart I just want to give you a hug. Like, I feel like your heart, I feel like you need a hug. Or more. I'll leave that to you, and the more part.
Wayne, I'll just say real quick too, is, I want you to really trust want you to really trust spirit. I think what's happening is you're trying to control the dials a little bit, and some of the rejection you're feeling, you're taking it very personally, rather than looking at it as spirit is like, oh, we're not, no, that's not good enough for you, honey. We want you over here. Just give us a little time because we're marinating it for you. We're getting it ready for you. So I just want you to start looking at it that way, knowing that, trusting your gifts, trusting your talent, to know that they're worthy of the script. They're worthy of the work. They're worthy of getting it out there to share, because you are so meant to share. It's just building that trust with spirit to know that when they give you a detour or they're moving you in a different direction, is because they know that either there's something unworthy about what's happening, maybe it's not for your best interest, and they're leading you on the path for you to trust and surrender. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
That makes sense. I think that it's my book that I'm writing.
Yeah. See?
It's about my past lives.
There you go.
In the galactic and everything. So yeah, it totally makes sense.
Well, there you go.
Good.
See, perfect. Well, lots of love, and you get it there, and you get in there, and you roll up your sleeves. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're
got it,
welcome.
Wayne.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.
How about, I can't see the area codes because the monitor moved. Okay, here we go. How about, I got to move my head. Can you move it up so I can see it? Yeah. There we go. Sorry, guys. I just have area codes in front of me. How about 15? 510. Okay, 510. You are on the air with Austyn and myself. Who is this?
Hi, Colby and Austyn. This is Catherine.
Hi, Catherine. How you doing?
Hey, Catherine.
I'm good. How are you guys?
Really good.
Great. What can we do for you tonight?
I'd like to know if you see anything for me in regards to love life.
Well, Catherine, I just saw you dancing with someone. So I feel like you're actually going to find this partner who truly is that equal dance partner, but someone who actually wants to have fun with you. So I think in a past relationship, you weren't having as much fun, or you weren't having that joy that you like to have as well. Does that make sense?
Yes, I love to dance, and my last partner hated to dance.
Yeah.
So I rarely got to go out and do that.
Yeah, this guy's taking you dancing. So I like him already.
Me too.
I also love the definitive, so she was seeing you dancing and I was seeing you stomping, like you saying, okay, that's it. Like, I'm done. Like, there's no way that's happening again. And so I have to say, just as a quick analogy, I got very angry at the spirit world one time because I kept feeling things were going to manifest and they weren't. And I got furious at the spirit world, and within 3 weeks I went from being single, having an apartment and having a bad car, to being engaged, living in a house and having a beautiful new car.
Okay, I want a book about that.
I know. But and so I'm not saying I'm not encouraging getting mad at the spirit world, but what it was me actually announcing that I was ready for something. So I love your little pissy side of you that's like the ant that's going to make it up that hill, and damn it, somebody's going to join me. So that piss and vinegar in you is just adorable. So find someone that just equally digs that.
Yeah, and I think, Catherine, too, it is that time where I think, again, in the past, though, I feel like you just kept... I almost feel like, and I mean this with love, but I almost feel like you didn't value yourself enough. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like you just kept thinking, well, this was the best it was going to get, and, well, maybe this is how it is. I don't really think you realized, wait a second, hang on, I am offering something. I do have something to bring to the table, and I am settling. So I think now it's good because you know not to settle, but we now have to kind of branch out, and we actually have to date people and get to know them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, Catherine?
Yeah.
I always say FedEx and UPS are not delivering your soulmate at the door. Okay. So
Okay.
if you love dancing, go find a night out. Go out to a club where there's the kind of dancing you like. I don't know if it's like ballroom or tango or salsa, but go find somewhere that is doing that and just go.
Build the community and the things that you do, because then you'll meet the people you want to hang out with.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
the easiest way to do it, and we just sit around waiting, and you're not alone in this at all. But I'm so glad that you've gotten to the point where it's reminiscent of something I would understand, Catherine, which is it was so nice to just be with someone, but it was definitely settling in the past, so far out that you're pissy. I love it.
Yeah, and
I love it.
don't you worry, you don't have to wait too much longer, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You are
Got it.
welcome. Have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And I meant to tell her she's going to get married. Catherine, you're going to get married. All right. There.
Yeah.
All right. We have time for maybe one more call. We can try to get two. Let's see how it goes.
Let's do
How about area code number 6310? Local here.
Fab.
Okay. 310, you are on the air.
Hi, Colby. Hi, Austyn. This is Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Michelle.
How you doing?
Good. I have some people on the other side I would really like to connect with.
Okay, perfect. Anyone
Okay.
in particular?
I have an uncle and an aunt.
Okay. Anyone you want to start with, Austyn?
I have a dog. Can I connect with a dog?
I had a dog when I was growing up.
Okay. Not a small dog, not necessarily the largest dog in the world, but kind of a medium dog and a little bit on the scruffy side. Yes?
Probably not.
The dog I'm seeing is brown. It kind of has longer fur to it. And
That might be me. You think?
is that your dog?
Well, I did have a dog growing up that is fur, like,
Scruffy?
yeah, brown, kind of longer hair.
What's your dog doing hanging out with her?
I don't know. I'm just saying I do,
If you're
do have that.
Okay, that's interesting. So there's a gentleman standing with this dog. So think about, so you had talked about your uncle, and I don't know if I'm with your uncle, but would you have understood what about your uncle having a dog in their family as well? It's like a medium-sized brown dog. It looks kind of like a large Benji.
No, I don't have a relative with that type of dog.
Okay. There's just a gentleman that I'm sensing with this dog. And as I'm connecting with him, I feel that he would have, it doesn't feel like your uncle at all. This feels like someone that would have been a contemporary of yours, someone that you would have known in your mid to late 20s. And so I am just sensing to the fact that he crosses over to the spirit world rather abruptly. And I feel like the dog you have a familiarity with. So this is more of a contemporary than your uncle.
And I'll
Go.
I'll go real quick too, Michelle. I feel like with your aunt and uncle, what's really interesting is I almost feel like they took you under their wing. Like I keep getting a sense of a lot of protection around you from them. Like I feel like they just make me feel like you would have spent a lot more time with them, especially when you were younger. Is that right?
My uncle, yes. My aunt, not so much. But they meant so much to me. They were my favorites in my family.
Would you understand your uncle like keeping you under his arm? Like I just feel like he would be very protective of you. He makes me feel very lighthearted and funny. Like I also feel like he wants to keep bringing joy. Like he keeps making jokes. He might have even done the thing with the straws in his nose. Like he had no problem making you laugh. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was wonderful.
Okay. And I do get this feeling where there's like, but even though he's an uncle, he really comes in very fatherly for you. Okay. And he also gives me this, is there a Joe in the family as well, Michelle? Like a J or J-O, either in the,
No.
what?
There's a there's a Mary Jane.
Oh, this felt more like a male and a J-O, and Joe, like Joe, and it could be a man in the living or in spirit, and it feels like he's connected in the living or in spirit, and he feels like he's connected to the family. He would have been connected to this uncle. So just write that down, because it could be someone's middle name too. So just write it down, okay? And I also just get this feeling where your uncle feels pretty big to me. Was he a bigger man, like big feet or something? Because I usually see someone who, like, he just makes me feel like he was very lighthearted, and he gives me the feeling of making, like, almost swinging you around. He feels to have been strong. Like, he just feels like a strong man, a fun man. Love to make you laugh. Love to kind of just see that little sparkle in your eye. And I do just feel like it's just letting you know that he's okay. But his aunt really, your aunt really cares about you as well. Like, there's a sense where she feels very welcoming coming into the family as well. Okay. So I want you to know that they're okay, but also with you, I also just feel like he doesn't want you to feel like sad. I don't know if you've been feeling sad lately or kind of going through some stuff, but I keep feeling like he wants you to hold your head up high, honey.
Okay.
Yeah. He wants you to hold your head up high. Was his passing more recent? It doesn't feel like it's been real long to me.
It was about 2011.
Oh, it didn't feel that long at all. No, he's pretty vibrant. You would remember him having a lot of energy, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Just kind of really fun. Board games like that. He just makes me feel like he wants to get down and play with everybody. Okay. All right. Well, we will let you go. I want you to know that they're okay. But hang on to the dog. I guess there's got to be a tan, Benji dog, and maybe it will dawn on you. So put it in the Facebook comments if it does. Okay, honey?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Colby.
You're welcome, sweetheart. You have a good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I think her phone was cutting out a little.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we are at the end of the show. That's how quick it goes.
It goes so quick.
It does go very quick.
Yeah.
So a couple things. I want to thank you so much for coming into the studio, for sharing your gifts with everyone, and for sharing your book, Soul Conversations. Again, everybody, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, her website, which is austynwells.com. And your itinerary is on there too, where you'll be traveling, what you're doing, where you're going. You can sign up for her newsletter. It's an amazing newsletter she puts out monthly. So, subscribe to that and get these cards too, Divine Insight cards. Look at these things. And she teaches. So if you are in the LA area, you teach, you do sittings, sessions, you tour. And I just love having you here. So thank you.
Colby, thank you so much. This has been so much fun.
So everybody follow her on social media. Facebook, are you on Instagram?
Yes.
There you go. Instagram. This is perfect.
Twitter.
This is working out very well then. So, all right. Have a beautiful night, everybody. Thank you so much for watching, for tuning in, for calling in. And as you know, I will see you next Thursday. Have a good night, everyone.
Sometimes I feel like a star, but only strictly where I'm famous. I'm in this for the longest haul, like we'll see where it takes us. I'm throwing back these double shots like whiskey here is weightless. Cause this career I chose was even riskier than Vegas, yo.